I'd say we're joking making this deck because these card prices are criminal. If you want to build one of the most expensive for some reason decks of OP16, then welcome to Clown Court. I'm sentencing you to play 30 games of OP16's The Time of Battle's newest blue leader, Buggy. Breaking out of this joint, first and foremost, is our blue Buggy leader, a 5-life 5k power leader whose passive ability activates once per turn if there is one Dawn attached to this leader. When one of your Impel Down characters is removed from the field, play up to one Prisoner of Impel Down card from your hand. Yep, that's it. That's removal by anything, by the way. Combat, bouncing, bottom decking, trash, you name it. A prisoner type falls, then a Prisoner of Impel Down character takes its place. And what is a Prisoner of Impel Down character, you might ask? Well, Prisoner of Impel Down! A 6-cost 6k power 2k counter whose passive says, under the rules of this game, you may have any number of this card in your deck. This card is so integral to our leader ability that we need to mention it up front. Average Buggy decks run anywhere from 12 to 46 copies of this card, making it one of the most sought after rares at the time of recording. It's at present $6 per rare, and since you can run as many as you want, and since the pull rates for this card are anywhere from 1 to 4 a box, it's a real basic lesson in supply versus demand.
Okay, so 12 copies at $6 a copy, that's $72 in rares just for the minimum amount. So at 42 copies, really let the odds run here. 12, and then 4, 4, 6, 12, 24, $256 if I'm not mistaken.
That's about right. We don't have a searcher in this deck, or anything that would really be considered a consistency engine. We mostly just have draw tools, which makes some sense seeing as how we're working with a gaggle of miscreants and ne'er-do-wells who hold no allegiances. Yet. Mr. One Daz.Bonez from OP16 will have to do. 2-cost 2k power, 1k counter, his ability grants him plus 3k power if we have one Dawn attached and 5 or more cards in our hand, with his on-play ability drawing us a card. Great offensively, and if our opponent slams back into it, well, they'll see. They'll all see! Play a Prisoner of Impel Down, trading up from the sometimes 6k menace to a straight up 6k menace. Mr. 2 Bond Clay from OP16 is a 2-cost 1k power on-play draw card, who also has a when attacking Dawn ×1 ability, changing his base power to copy your opponent's leader's base power. Once again, I hope they get rid of it. Go on, do it. You won't? Fine, I'll do it myself. OP16's 4-cost 6k power blocker, Crocodile, has an on-play that allows us to return one character with a cost of 2 or more to its owner's hand. Then you may play up to one Impel Down character with a cost of 2 or less. Excellent. From this interaction alone, we are able to pull a Mr. 2 or Mr. 1 back into our hand. Our leader sees this, and we're able to play a Prisoner of Impel Down character card from hand following the completion of Crocodile's on-play effect, playing down a Mr. 1 or Mr. 2 to draw us a card, potentially the target of our leader's multiplay ability. Note, you still need a Dawn equipped to leader to play out the 3 bodies in a turn, but you know, food for thought. Mr. 3 Galdino is one of the most busted cards to have come out in a long time. A 4-cost 5k power, 1k counter character, his activate main allows us to trash this character to draw 2 cards and make an opponent's 9-cost or less character unable to attack until the end of our opponent's next end phase. This is a way better Marco blocker from PRBO2 and can be played on your opponent's turn if they choose to remove one of your characters, or on our turn. We're not picky. Oh, and when he trashes himself, go ahead and play a Prisoner of Impel Down card. Following us into this deck is 5-cost 6k power 1k counter Buggy from OP16. His on-play checks if our leader is Impel Down typed, then draw one card and play one Prisoner of Impel Down from hand. Once per turn, we have an effect that can be activated when our opponent attacks. Up to one of our Prisoner of Impel Down characters gains blocker during this turn. This Buggy helps us to play out more prisoners, while turning them into blockers, whereupon them blocking and being removed from the field, we can then play out more prisoners. Miss Olive is a character I admittedly don't remember. I'm gonna read the wiki real quick. Oh, that's where she's from. But she's a great extender piece. She's a 5-cost 6k power 1k counter blocker whose on-play allows us to return one of our characters with a cost of 2 or more back into our hand, letting us draw 2 cards and trash one. There's just so many ways to pop off our leader effect, it's almost not worth mentioning it anymore. Like telling the same joke over and over, it gets kind of stale. But our members who support our content here on the channel get exclusive access to our videos and jokes up to 2 weeks early, as well as emotes, One Piece chapter reviews, and more. And if you're already a member, thank you! Now, honestly, I would consider Prisoner of Impel Down to be our boss monster, But if you need a little something more to punch up with, then let's talk about some options to consider for this deck. 6 cost, 7k power, 1k counter Jozu from OP08 has an on play that allows us to return one of our characters other than this card to our hand. Return up to one 6 cost or lower character to the original owner's hand. Bounce one of our prisoners, bounce one of their 6 cost threats, then Buggy Leader lets us play out another prisoner. Great! 10 cost, 12k power Buggy from OP09 is always a solid pick. His on play is a red rock, bottoming any of your opponent's characters. Then it checks to see if we have 5 characters with a cost of 5 or more, and if we don't, he runs off to the bottom of our deck. If we do, he sticks around. 10 cost, 12k power blocker Edward.Newgate from OP13 has an on-play ability that lets us draw 2, trash 1. Then give 2 Dawn to our leader and a character. This card is great for leaders that need that Dawn ×1 attached, just like us. 7 cost Gravity Blade is back with its main activation, bottoming up to 2 characters with a cost of 6 or less to the bottom of the owner's deck in any order. Trigger, bottom a 5 cost or less. And 1 cost, The Prisoners Are Rioting, is a dual modal event. On counter, it's a Rad Beam, giving only our Buggy cards plus 4k power for the battle. On main, if we have 10 Dawn cards on our field, all of our Prisoner of Impel Down to base power becomes 7k, which is nuts for 1 Dawn. So what's the game plan? There's so many even curved cards, we clearly want second, right? Wrong. First, you need that extra Dawn to be attached onto our leader at all times. We'll have some gameplay with this deck going up soon that you'll find on the end card of this video or linked in the description once it's up. But let's run you down our basic play lines. Going first, we're going to want to just play on curve and always have a Dawn attached. That's it. Turn 1, do nothing and pass. Turn 2, attach 1, swing with leader, and then play a 2 cost. Turn 3, attach 1 and swing. Play Crocodile out, bounce that 2 cost back to your hand, play out the 2 cost and draw a card. Then using your leader ability, play out a glorious Prisoner of Impel Down because you run 83 of them in your deck. Turn 4, you should probably have won by now once your opponent realizes how absolutely they are. Have them bow before your superior One Piece player might, or you can play a 5 cost Buggy out on this turn. Maybe Jozu, better yet, play the Jozu to pop that 2 cost back to your hand to play out Prisoners of Impel Down. Just don't forget to equip 1 Dawn first before you do this. Turn 5, have they not conceded yet? 9 Dawn, I guess we can grab Blade here if they have any threats. Shoot, they should just have conceded by now. I don't know, just play more prisoners. Turn 6, okay, they're somehow alive and that's not your fault. They just need to learn. Play 1 cost, The Prisoners Are Rioting. Show them the bottom of your boot. My prisoners push forward. My prisoners scream out. My prisoners rage! If we're going second, we do all of that probably a turn later, so spending our first 2 turns playing on curve and trying not to sack any of our characters until we're able to equip a Dawn onto our leader is probably for the best. As for matchups, this does extremely well into decks that can't overcome its ability to free play a character every time they remove one. Yamato and Blue Yellow Boa can get really overrun, and our blocker package in the deck isn't irrelevant for staying alive against their own aggression. As for everything else, well, if Luffy can find a way to beat Magellan, I'm sure you can find a way to win those.
There goes my prisoners, watch them as they go.
If you're looking for a couple of lists, here's some to help you get started. This deck got top 4 in the 64-man Shinoi's Cup, while this deck won a 5-round Japanese Locals. And if you're looking for more OP16 leader guides or more fun One Piece content, check out the channel and subscribe.